Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So we did get the rejection of the top area here, which was around 13,557, and you can see that's this previous swing low here. And then we got one big, I'm going to call it an exhaustion bar at the moment to the downside, then an inside bar forming with diversions. So lots going on here, which does not excite me for a continuation to the downside. And remember what we said, we're in an area of very, very strong support. So it's going to take a lot for us to just break through that. Even this break that we had here, you can see the buyers came back off the first bit of structure. They attacked it to bring it back up again. So I wouldn't be looking for shorts at the moment, not on the long-term charts anyway. And then if you look at the 3 hour, you can see that our diversion's a lot clearer. So potential double bottom here. Neckline obviously is above this area here, which is 13,610. So lots of structure forming here, lots of price action indicating that we could have a potential pullback, and that is pretty much what I would expect anyway. I don't see us falling right now, not until the Feds have actually come out and told us what they're doing. So at the moment, potential wedge forming, potential range break as well, but with the oscillators as they are right now, I think I'll discount the range break for now and wait to see if we can start breaking above this area for structure to the upside. You can see there is a diagonal trend line here that is potentially broken. There's a trend line there. There's a retest, second retest. So there's a lot going on at the moment. Nothing concrete at all, but well worth paying attention to. So for me at the moment, still waiting to see. I'm reluctant to jump in short purely because of the 8 hour. When we are grouped to the downside like this, it's not an area I want to be jumping in short. And you can go back and back test yourself. You see wherever you start grouping on the oscillators to the downside on the 8 hour, it is an indication that you should just relieve your thought process and wait for the pullback before you get in short. What you're looking for is a pullback onto one of these levels here for an opportunity to be short again. So if we look at it on the hour, you can see we potentially have a break, but we also could be just coming up to test some structure. So I'm just going to delete that, and let's just use this one here. There's your closest bit of structure there. So 13427, if you get a bounce off that, so we reject that with the oscillators up here, pretty good opportunity to look for another leg down. I think that leg down will be held up by that trend line, which would be the bottom of a channel, bottom of a wedge. Doesn't matter which way you want to look at it, but that's kind of the view. Let's just get the 50-minute for this rather, because it's definitely going to be a 50-minute trade. You look at the oscillators. So something like that, going to give you a 60-point stop loss for potentially a 200-point odd gain. That's the only trade that I can see at the moment. I just pay attention to this level here. That's 13,427. If we do reject that with some half decent price action, we didn't really reject it properly there. You can see we started doing it, but then we sort of started climbing above it and closing above it before jumping off. So you're looking for a rejection of that, and that rejection needs to be a pin bar, inside bar, engulfing bar, and it needs to be almost exact, something like that. Something like that. So you don't want to see this kind of price action that's either side of the resistance line. That's just a sign of confusion where there's people trying to break it and people trying to sort of reject it. So don't want to see that. What I want to see is a proper rejection. If you get a proper rejection, then there's a good opportunity for a move down. And if you want to play it safe, just wait for a break and retest of that trend line there on the 15 minutes. So in other words, that would be a break and retest of 13,345. Stop area is going to be the same, but your risk is going to be slightly higher. So from there, your risk could be 150 points for around 150 point gain. Okay, anyway, so that's the only trade that I can really see. You want to go with the current trend, but I want to have tight stop losses, and I don't really want to be in the market for too long, especially looking at what the higher time frames are. Other thing to bear in mind is we have a big gap at the top here as well, so don't be too surprised if we break above this and then reject higher up, and that would then bring my 1 hour strategy into play, and that would be a rejection of 13,557, so that would offer me short. I'd want to see a pin bar or something like, you see these two pin bars here, I want to see that kind of price action off the structure for an opportunity to short again. Pay attention to the gaps. We do have a gap to the higher up which could act as a magnet, and as I said, this could be a flag forming which could potentially get us to this level or even higher. So that's basically what we have on the cards right now. So yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment. Want to go with the trend, but very cautious at the moment, just based on what we're seeing on the 3 hour and on the 8 hour. So 3 hours already crossed over and starting to get above the 20 here. So if both of them get above the 20 and start pointing straight up, it's pretty much guaranteed that you have a flag forming. And you're looking for either this area, 13,557, or you're looking for the gap for your next opportunity to short. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Cautiously watching. We'll be on the 15-minute, and we'll wait and see what happens at the open. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.